An astronaut is one of the hardest jobs to get because those who apply will be competing against thousands of other qualifying applicants and will have to accept at all of the requirements needed to be one. If someone really wanted to become an astronaut and go to space, they would have to spend 4 years getting a bachelor's degree in some sort of STEM field, 2 years getting degrees in biological and or physical science, and 3 years in an environmental-related professional experience. They would then have to be a person who does not get nauseous, as they will then have to pass the astronaut flight physical, which will help give them an understanding of the experience of going to space, spending time there, and returning from it. The physical tests that they will have to pass are tests on eye-body coordination, which will help astronauts during the rehabilitation period after they return from space. During the agility part of the test, they are tested on how long it takes them to complete 30 different movements, which is particularly challenging for astronauts when they return from space, since their eye-body coordination is off due to the lack of gravity in space. The tests also include having distant and near vision that is correctable to 20/20 in each eye, blood pressure not exceeding 140/90 during the test, and their height must be between 62 and 75 inches. Even though there is no official age requirement, they will probably only be chosen if they are between the age of 30 and 38. If they also want to become a shuttle pilot, they would have to spend at least 1,000 hours or 3 years of experience in command of a jet, either during training at a nationally recognized test pilot school program or flying in the Air Force. Even once they excel at all the requirements, which takes about 8 years, and they submit their application to NASA, they are then screened and eventually called in to be interviewed. Then we'll have to wait about 9 months before they hear back to see if they have been accepted or not. This long wait is due to the tens of thousands of eligible candidates that apply that also have to have their applications reviewed. While they are waiting, NASA's Astronaut Selection Board is busy reviewing all the applications from eligible applicants, which takes about 6 months because of how many there are. During this process, they assess each candidate's qualifications, and after the board invites a small group of about 20 to 40 of the most highly qualified candidates for personal interviews at NASA's Johns Hopkins Space Center in Houston, Texas. This happens every other year because the training program takes 2 years to complete, and this way there is only one class of astronauts in training at a time. After that, about 30 astronauts will start training, even though in the beginning some usually leave because of the intensity. In the last few months of training, they will have to start to train for their specific assignment in space, which for some is going to the International Space Station to do research, and for others is training to fix a broken space probe or pilot a new rocket into space. No matter what it is, all astronauts will get to go to space at some point in their career.